Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to what is hopefully a big 30k progressive long run. Now I'm about 3 weeks out from my marathon, which is on December 1st, and actually today's run is a bit of a free hit. It wasn't in the plan, but last week I did 28k, which was the longest run of this Chorus personalised marathon plan, but I kind of felt like there was scope for a little bit more, and I said to myself last week that if I was feeling good I would give this run a shot. The aim is essentially 3 10k blocks, building through the paces. First block I've already done, average pace for that was 5:25. I'm now into block 2, where I need to try and hold between 5:10 to 5:20. But really, the work starts in block 3. In block 3, I want to try and average above 5:10. And really, whatever I hold for that third and final block, that realistically is going to be an indicator of my marathon fitness and what I can realistically do on the day. So I'm hopeful it will be an aesthetically pleasing pace chart on Strava at the end with a nice progression through the paces, but also, you know, realistic. Sometimes it doesn't always quite go as well as you want it to, and these are important runs. You know, finding out actually where my fitness is and being realistic about that just means I'm going to have a better run on the day, rather than going out too fast and then, well, we all know how those marathons turn out. Alright, halfway through this block now, average pace is 5:13. Heart rate says it's way up, but I'm going to ignore that because it doesn't feel like it is. Still feel in control and staying on top of nutrition and hydration. I've had 3 gels now on this run, 1 every 5k, which is pretty much what I would do in a race situation as well. Now I know with these long runs and marathons in particular, I think everyone has their sort of point where it gets tough. For me, that's usually at around the 24 to 25k mark, because you've been going for a long time at that point, but there's still a really long way to go. So part of today as well is that sort of resilience training. You know, when I get to the 24, 25k mark, how sort of mentally fresh am I feeling? How confident am I feeling? If I'm getting to that point in the training run and I'm wanting to quit, then, you know, that's the sign that I'm not quite where I need to be at the moment, or, you know, my paces are too hard, or my nutrition's not enough. So it's not just about the legs, it's about what the head is telling you to. Alrighty, here we go. We're into the last 100 meters of this second 10k block. Average pace has been 5:13, so we've gone 5:25 for the first 10k, 5:13 for the second 10k. How do the legs feel? They feel okay, but how are they going to respond when I now need to pick it up again by another 15 seconds or so per kilometre? I'm not sure. Nutrition is going well. I've got 1 more gel left, which I will take at the 25k mark, and that will get me through. I'm not feeling depleted. I've got a bottle stashed that I'm just sort of sipping from, and that feels okay too. So yeah, it's all comfortable. I'm not in race shoes today, just in sort of long day sort of shoes really. So, you know, I'm probably having to work a little bit harder for the paces than if I was in my racing shoes. But like I said, this is where the training is done now. Ooh, it's going well. Coming up to 25k now. 5k left of this final 10k block. Average pace is 4:54, and I have to say the legs do feel okay. This is the point where if I'm going to struggle, I'll start to notice it and feel it. Like mentally, I'll be doubting my abilities, how much longer is left of this, how am I going to be able to maintain this. But I'm not feeling that. I feel in control. I feel like I've got a good amount of energy in reserve. You know, it's always a good sort of check-in point. If I had to kick on now for 2k, you know, sprint finish kind of thing, would I be able to do it? And I genuinely feel that right now I could. If I can come out of this now with an average pace under 5-minute Ks for the last 10k block, I'm going to be really pleased with that. And you know, that's a good incentive to have a crack at a sub 3:30. You know, maybe I do have it in my legs if it all goes sort of well on the day. I'll pick it back up in the last sort of kilometre of this now. I just want to concentrate, keep focused on my form, and keep that pace nice and tight. Okay, last 800 metres of this final 10k block. Unfortunately, all my routes take me back home, and home is up a slight hill. So that last mile was uphill a little bit, but should be flat now for the last sort of half a k. Average pace is 4:52 for this block, so I am really pleased with that. I'm going to finish it off and then give you my final thoughts. Oh, there we go. Done. Whew. Okay, let's see the stats. So yeah, 30k in total. Overall average is 5:10. And the blocks, first block was 5:25, second block of 10k was 5:13, and then that final block was 4:53. So I'd actually say that I've done a lot of long runs in my training over the years. Whilst this wasn't the quickest long run I've ever done, I would probably say it's one of the best, just in terms of how I felt during it. You know, it was hard. I was struggling towards the end, but it was a good struggle. It was in control. You know, I knew that I was hydrated. I knew that my nutrition was on point. You know, I wasn't overly comfortable throughout, but mentally that felt like a really, really good, strong effort. And this was like I said at the start of the video, it was a bit of a free hit. You know, I didn't have to do this run today. It was a bit risky. So I'm hoping that the payoff is going to be worth it now. I haven't got any niggles or aches. Everything feels good. So now it's just about getting home, protein, carbs, recovery, and then moving on to the next week. All right, thanks for joining me, and I'll hopefully see you in another positive video, makes a change, very soon. See you soon.